Hi there, it's Kalymnios from the Thought Gym, and welcome to today's yoga flow, which is going to be a medium level class. Should be accessible for all levels though. Okay, so if we're ready to get started, let's just come to any kind of comfortable seated position, whether that's sitting cross-legged or whether that's kneeling or however is comfortable for you, and let's just ground ourselves for a couple of moments. So start to focus on your breath. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Inhaling into the belly, exhaling out the belly. If you want to introduce a little mantra, the one I like using is release. Inhale, re, exhale, release. Release any tension, any stress, any anxiety, whatever is not serving you right now in this moment. Maybe it's tension along the jaw, along the neck, along the shoulders, in the hips. And then maybe create a little intention for today's class. You may want to offer it up to someone or something else beyond you. To the world. Maybe you want to cultivate a certain quality in your practice today. Curiosity, bravery, excitement. Okay, and then coming into the space, opening the eyes. Alright, just rolling through the shoulders, backwards, forwards. Good. Okay, so let's just stay seated for now. Inhale the arms up towards the sky. And as you exhale, turning towards your left. Taking hold of the knee and just taking a spinal twist. Inhaling arms up and then rotating over to the right. Good. Inhaling up and releasing the arms down. Taking hold of the knees here and just rounding through the spine. Inhaling as you bring the chest forward, taking the elbows back slightly, rounding on the exhale. Inhaling forwards, exhaling, rounding. Inhaling forwards, exhaling, rounding. Okay, and then we're going to come onto our knees and our hands into tabletop position. So here we want our wrists underneath our elbows and shoulders, our spine nice and neutral, our gaze is looking down between the thumbs, and our knees are resting under our hips. Okay. On the inhale, we take the gaze forward, dipping the belly down, rounding through the lower back, tilting the tailbone up, drawing the elbows towards the front, and then on the exhale, we gaze towards the navel, round through the spine, bring the shoulder blades protracted as we look down. Inhaling, gazing forwards. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Inhale, forwards. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Inhaling forwards. Exhale again, rounding through the spine. It might help to close the eyes as you do this. And then if you want to introduce some alternative movements such as snaking the body a little bit, creating circles, maybe bending into the elbows, bending into the knees a little bit more, just starting to create movements. Maybe now we start to warm up the wrists as we take small circles over our hands. Okay, so bringing the shoulders over the fingers and taking it the opposite direction. And maybe getting bigger and bigger with the circles as you start to bring the hips down towards the ankles. Good. From here, taking the fingers out towards the edges of the mat, okay, but keeping the wrists underneath the shoulders, and again taking small circles, so you bring your shoulders over your thumbs and you get bigger and bigger as you start to increase that circle. And then you take it the opposite direction, again starting nice and small and then getting bigger and bigger. Good. Continue rotating the hands around so that the fingers are pointing towards the knees now. And here you may just stay, or you may want to go forward and backwards, or you might want to take some circles. If you're taking circles, remember to take it one direction and then the other direction. Good. And then release the hand, put the back of the hand to the mat, just stretch out one side, then place it back down. Take the other hand, put the back of the hand to the mat, place it back down. Okay. Then from here, we're going to be coming into our first downward dog of the class. Index finger or middle finger is pointing forwards, toes are tucked. From here, bringing the chest towards the thighs, drawing the ears in between the biceps. Your legs are going to be maybe possibly quite bent here, like mine are. You're trying to get the back as straight as will allow in your anatomy. And then maybe you just start to pedal through the feet a little bit, not necessarily trying to get straight legs, but just pedaling through, just warming up. Good. We're just going to create a little bit of heat in the body, so we're going to just come to plank position. And then from there we're going to come back into downward dog. Okay, again, walking through the feet, walking through. Opposite heel comes down, opposite heel comes down. Nice. Alright, good job guys. And from here we're going to come into high plank one more time. Just to create a little bit of warmth. Option is to hold the high plank, or if you need to, you come onto your knees. Otherwise, if you want to stay with me, you bring the right knee towards the right elbow, down towards the right wrist, and then up to the armpit. Okay, so down to the wrist, up to the armpit, down to the wrist, up to the armpit, and then take a three-legged dog maybe, and release back down. Okay, again, walk through the dog, walk through the dog. Okay, option here, high plank, stay in high plank or come to the knees, or you bring the knee, left knee to the left elbow, down to the wrist, up to the armpit, down to the wrist, up to the armpit, down to the wrist, and really push up to the armpit. Three-legged dog, and then downward facing dog. Okay, and then come into the knees for a second there. Okay, so you can always take the option of not doing that sort of stuff and just coming into a tabletop or a plank or even a child's pose. Okay, from here, downward facing dog, start to walk the feet towards the front of the mat. Okay, you can keep them hip width apart to begin with. Keep the knees nice and soft and the feet pointing forwards. From here, maybe just walking on the spot, maybe keeping both heels on the ground, maybe raising the heels. Good. And if you wish, you can take your opposite elbows and you can just swing from side to side, creating a nice pendulum effect there. And then just keeping the knees nice and soft, rolling up towards standing, taking the arms over your head and then releasing by the side. Coming into Tadasana pose, mountain pose. So Tadasana mountain pose, we want a nice strong interaction between the feet and the ground. So spreading all the toes, engaging the thighs and the glutes as we try and rotate open our legs. Okay, so this is our Tadasana pose with our shoulders drawn down and back, palms facing forward, but we're not really stretched back. gaze is nice and forward. Okay, so we're going to start with some Vinyasa, some flow to warm up properly. Okay, so inhale and reaching the arms up towards the sky. Maybe a gentle back bend, engaging the glutes and the thighs as you exhale. Swan diving all the way down towards the ground, keeping the knees nice and bent if you need to, and then inhale, halfway lift, so flat back, hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor, step the right leg back into a long lunge, release the right knee towards the ground. Left knee is directly over the left ankle, okay? Back toes can be tucked here. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. Exhale as we cactus the hands, so we create right angles with the hands here, and we spread the fingers. We draw the chest forward and the hips forward, but the chest is being drawn up towards the sky. Good. Inhaling, arms up towards the sky. Exhale, framing the front foot, stepping the left knee back, coming into that tabletop position here. From tabletop position, we keep the elbows stacked over the wrists and in towards the body so that they're going to literally touch your top as you come down. Exhaling, inhale into that baby cobra, tucking the chin, exhaling, rounding through the spine, maybe coming momentarily into child's pose or immediately tucking the toes, bringing the chest towards the thigh, elevating the hips and coming into our downward facing dog. Okay, maybe walking through the feet here. From here we're going to take the right leg up towards the sky, step the right leg through between the hands, lower the left knee towards the ground. Right knee over right ankle. Inhale, reach the arms up. This time we're going to interlace the hands behind us, drawing them down the spine, drawing the whole hand down the spine towards the floor, bringing the chest up towards the sky. Inhale, release. Arms come up. Exhale, framing the front foot, stepping the left leg through. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, roll and fold back down. Keep the knees nice and soft as you roll up vertebra by vertebra. Inhaling, coming up towards the sky, engaging the glutes and the thighs, bringing the arms over the head, taking a gentle back bend. Exhale, swan diving, keeping the knees soft if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands frame the front foot, step the left leg back, long lunge. Right knee over ankle as the left knee draws towards the ground. Inhaling the arms up towards the sky, and again cactus in the hands like goalposts, like American goalposts, as you squeeze the shoulder blades together, draw the chest up towards the sky, looking up. Inhaling, arms up towards the sky. Exhale, framing the front foot, stepping the right knee back. Okay, here we are in our tabletop position. Elbows stay over the wrist, coming in towards the ribs. Exhale, coming down. Keep the core engaged. Inhale into a baby cobra, or maybe a slightly higher cobra, engaging the glutes, the thighs, tucking the chin, rolling back. Either through child's pose or tucking the toes straight away, elevating, coming into downward facing dog. Again, stepping through your downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts to the sky. Exhale, stepping it through between the hands, lowering the right knee towards the ground. Left knee over left ankle. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. Again, interlacing the hands, this time the awkward grip, the grip that feels unusual to you. As you draw the hands down the spine, squeezing the shoulder blades together, chest is drawing up towards the sky. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. Exhale, framing the front foot, stepping the right leg through. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold all the way down, bending the knees, rolling through the spine as you roll up vertebra by vertebra, arms come over the head, taking a gentle back bend, remembering to engage the glutes and the thighs. Exhale, swan diving all the way down towards the ground. Maybe this time keeping the legs straight. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Step the right leg back, long lunge. This time knee can stay over the ankle as before, but the right knee can be elevated. Get a nice firm grip in the right toes here as you inhale, arms come up towards the sky, pressing through the left big toe. Exhale, taking the hands into that goalpost position, drawing the right hip forward, the left hip back slightly. Inhale, arms come up towards the sky. Exhale, framing the front foot. Step the left leg back. High plank. Option is to take the knee option as before. Otherwise, if we're taking a chaturanga, we're staying in high plank. We're bringing our shoulders towards elbow height as we bring the chest forward slightly to keep the elbows stacked over the wrists. Turn over the toes. Inhale, brings you into an upward facing dog. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Open up the chest, thighs engaged, gazing forward. If you want, you can gaze up. I personally prefer to gaze forward. Exhale, tucking the chin around and through the spine, elevating the hips, rolling back, downward facing dog. Pedaling through your downward dog. Taking a few deep long breaths here. In through the nose, out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. Inhale, right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, stepping the right leg through between the hands. From here, keeping that left knee raised. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. Exhale, this time we're going to interlace the fingers behind the back like we did before. Same thing, we're going to draw the hands down the spine towards the floor. Again, if you want, you can keep that left knee on the floor just like before. Good. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. Exhale as you frame the front foot, step the left leg through. This time, halfway lift, flat back, hands come to shins or thighs. Exhale, fold down. Again, this time you can come up with bent legs and rounded spine, or you can keep the spine straight and the legs straight and come up like a folded book. Reverse swan dive, inhaling, arms up towards the sky, immediately coming down, exhale, flat back, all the way down towards the ground. Inhale brings you halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands frame the front foot, step the left leg back, keep the left knee raised. From here, right knee over right ankle, remembering that. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. Exhale, cats in the hands, spreading the fingers, drawing the left hip forward, the right hip back. Good. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. Exhale, framing the front foot, stepping the right leg back, high plank. From here, inhale, either bring it to the knees again. Exhale, brings the shoulders to elbow height. Elbows stay tucked in towards the ribs. Turn over the feet on the inhale, bring yourself up to upward facing dog. Tucking the chin, rolling back, downward facing dog. Again, have a quick little pedal through the feet. Index finger or middle finger is pointing forward. You're pressing through the backs of the knuckles. You're trying to take most of the weight into the back of the knuckles, not the wrists. Looking towards the belly button or the space between the knees. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Left leg raises on the inhale. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Okay. From here, keep the right knee raised unless you're taking the other option. Inhale, arms come up, long lunge, crescent lunge. Exhale, interlace the fingers the opposite way. Remember the awkward way that feels a bit weird for you as you draw the hands down the spine. Good. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. Exhale as you frame the front foot, stepping the right leg through. Okay, if your feet are together, the big toes can be touching heels slightly apart. If you have lower back issues, you may wish to have them a little bit more separated. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold down. From here, again, reverse swan dive, so straight leg, straight back. Or if you take the option, you can bend the knees and keep the back rounded. Inhale, arms come up. Gentle back bend. Exhale, find your way back into Tadasana. Okay. So that's a basic little flow. We're going to be coming back to that as we do different exercises, as we move between the different exercises. Okay, so again, big toes touching, heels slightly apart at the front of your mat, or sometimes you may prefer to have your heels slightly apart. Up to you. Generally speaking, we like to have our feet a little bit closer together. Okay, from here, inhale, arms come up, taking that gentle back bend. Any back bend, engage the glutes and the thighs to protect the lower back. If you need to, you can always bring your hands to the lower back, okay? And also separate your feet as well, that can be helpful. So inhale, arms up, exhale, swan dive all the way down towards the ground. Inhale, looking up, halfway lift, exhale. You can either step right leg, left leg, or jump back into high plank. From here, high plank brings you down to Chaturanga, upward dog or your cobra, and roll back, downward facing dog. Okay, right leg lifts towards the sky. Exhale, step it through between the hands, bringing it all the way here. Now, what tends to happen is people try to swing it through. What I'd like you to do, rather than do that, is push through the toes, the left toes, through the shoulder blades, and bring it as far forward as possible. Now, if you only come halfway, that's fine. You're just going to grab your right hand and you're going to support it as you bring it all the way through, so that your knee, right knee, is over the ankle here. Okay, so from here, we're going to lower the back heel. Okay, so lowering the back heel so it's over and behind the front heel. Then take the right hand inside of the right leg, supporting. So the leg and the arm are supported in one line. And we're going to bring the left arm up towards the sky, directly over the right wrist. Opening up, like you're high-fiving someone. Good. And then you're going to release the left hand down, frame the front foot, so bring the right hand outside of the right foot. Come back onto the toes of the left foot. Inhale the right hand up towards the sky, taking a twist here. Good. And then releasing back down. And then from here we're going to step the right leg back, and we're either going to keep it floated or we're going to put it onto the ground, okay? So maybe you keep it floated and you come down from a three-legged chaturanga, upward dog or cobra, and then roll back, downward facing dog. Okay. Good. Okay. And then we do the same thing on the other side. So inhale, left leg comes up, exhale, step it through the hands. Right heel comes down behind the left heel. Left knee is over the left ankle. Okay. Then from here we're going to bring the left hand inside of the left foot. We're going to inhale the right hand up towards the sky. Again, look towards the hand if you want to, otherwise don't bother and look down instead. Okay, and from there, releasing the right hand, unplugging the back foot, bringing the left hand up towards the sky. Again, doing that little high five, so really make sure that those left fingers are activated as well. Releasing the hand down. From here we come into our three-legged chaturanga, normal chaturanga or knees, chest and chin. Okay, as we come down, inhale, up and roll back, downward facing dog. Okay, option is to stay here, take a child's pose, or you can roll through to a high plank, come down to a low plank or chaturanga, upward dog or cobra, and roll back, downward facing dog. Okay, just to keep a little bit of heat in the body. Okay, so you want to make sure that your weight isn't too much in the wrist, so you want it almost like you can lift the heels of the hand, the back of the hands, and press into the backs of the knuckles, and then you can lower the heel of the hand down and realize that actually you don't want too much weight in there. Okay, from here, right leg lifts on the inhale. Okay, and exhale, steps it directly between the hands. Okay, knee over ankle, left heel down. Okay, So back arch in line with the front heel, and what you're going to be doing is you're going to cartwheel the left hands up, coming into warrior two. So you want your right knee over your ankle, right knee tracking behind the second big toe. Okay, adjust the stance as you wish. From here, we're looking over our right middle finger, shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. Inhale, both arms up towards the sky, straighten the front leg. Exhale, back into warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, drawing the hands up. Exhale, warrior two. And if you want, you can always lengthen that stance. From here, flip the front palm, reach forwards on the inhale. Exhale, follow a rainbow round, bring the left hand to the left thigh or behind the back or to the underside of the thigh. Stretch the right hand up and keep the left ribs stretching away from each other as well. Option, if you want, is to raise the right heel, and even a little bit more challenging is raising the left heel. See how the balance goes with that. Good. And then release the right heel, release the left, come back, warrior two. Take a breath. Next, inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, reach forwards. And then bring the right hand down, left hand up, finding our way into triangle or trikonasana. You can always bring the hand behind the back. It helps you open up the shoulders a little bit more. You can bring it to the lower hip, or you can keep it up. If that's okay for you and you want a bit more of a challenge, you can take the left hand over without collapsing into the chest, or even the right arm. So press through both big toes, the outer left foot, and engage the thighs. Bring the right hand down, the left hand up. Inhale comes up to your triangle. Exhale, warrior two. Cartwheeling the hands, unplugging the back foot, stepping back, either your three-legged chaturanga, your normal chaturanga, your downward dog straight away, or your child's pose, and then roll back, downward facing dog. Have a little pedal through the feet here before we take it over to the other side. Left leg, inhale up, exhale, step it between the hands. Lower the right heel towards the ground. From here, left knee over left ankle. Cartwheel the right hand up and over. We find our way into our warrior two. Knee over ankle, knee tracking over second big toe. Press through the outer blade of the right foot. Okay, so time to lengthen through here. We inhale, reach the arms up, straighten the front leg. Exhale, sink back down. Perhaps even lengthen in on the first one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sinking back down. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, sinking down. Okay, so we've got our warrior two, nice strong warrior two. Make sure that that left knee is not turning in or out, but it's tracking over the middle toe. From here, flip the front palm. Inhale, reaches forward. Exhale, reverse the warrior as you bring the right hand either to the thigh or behind the back. Left arm reaches right up, as does the right side of the body as well. We're not collapsing into the right side of the body. Option here is to lift the left heel. Option here is to lift the right heel. You take the balance. You see what you do. You fall, you get back up. It's all good. Lowering the heels. Coming back. Warrior two. From warrior two, straightening the left leg. Inhale, reach the left arm forward. Exhale, windmill the arms down as you take the left hand inside thigh. You can rest it on the shin if you want, or even bring it to the big toe. But otherwise, you bring the right hand up, or you take the right hand behind you. You open up the chest as much as possible. Okay, maybe you start off with the hand on the lower back, and then you increase it by bringing the right hand up. You can take the right hand over as long as your chest isn't collapsing in. You stay open. Maybe you take the left hand up as well, and you try that. Keep the thighs engaged. Keep pressure going through the big toes and the outer blade of the back foot. Release the left hand, right hand elevates. Inhale into your trikonasana. Exhale, come back into your warrior two. Cartwheel the arms, unplug the back foot, take the left leg back, keep it elevated or not, your choice. Low plank chaturanga, upward dog or cobra, and rolling back, downward facing dog. Breathe in here, or taking a child's pose if you wish. Inhale, exhale. Inhale in, exhale. Breathing deep into the kidneys, deep into the ribs. From there, bending the knees, step in or jump in towards the front of the mat. And then keeping the knees bent, we come into Utkatasana chair pose or fierce pose. So knees stay together, okay? Feet together, or maybe they want to be slightly apart. We're sitting down into our imaginary chair, and if you can, you're lifting your hands, maybe up to here, maybe a little bit higher. Turning the pinky fingers in or the little fingers in slightly to open up the back of the chest. You should be able to see your big toes if you look down at your knees, okay? We hold, we hold, we hold. For the next 10 minutes. I'm only joking. Just 10 more seconds. Maybe a little bit lower if you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forward fold, dive straight over and release. Good. From here, take the feet about hip width apart or just beyond hip width apart. Bend the knees, grab hold of the big toes with the index, with the peace fingers. From here we bring the chest towards the thigh, and then we start to pull the elbows away from each other as we draw the chest closer to the thighs, so the chest and the thigh together, and we pull forward fold. And bending the knees, releasing, rolling up vertebra by vertebra. Okay, from here, feet together at the front of the mat. Take a big step back towards the mat, just doesn't matter which side, so you can face the screen. Okay, so I'm going to take my right leg back so I can face you. We want our feet parallel to the edges of the mat. Okay, so parallel feet to the edges of the mat, straight legs. Hands come to the hips to begin with. Okay, inhale, draw the chest up and open. Exhale with a flat back, keeping the hips in line with the ankles. Draw down towards the ground halfway. Okay, so we've got halfway lift here. Then we release the hands towards the ground. Okay, you may have to come a little bit closer towards the ground. From here, first hand, right hand lifts, left hand comes under the gaze as you take a twist towards the right. Twist in here. From there, release the right hand, swap it with the left. Up you go. Left hand twists, spinal twist. And then release to the ground. Okay, both hands to the hips. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale here. And inhale just brings you back towards the front of the mat. Okay. Option is to stay here, take a standing meditation for a second, or to keep the movement going. Inhale, reaching arms up. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Inhale. Halfway lift, flat back, hands to shins or thighs. Place the hands down, either step or jump back into your high plank, low plank or chaturanga, upward dog or cobra, roll back, downward facing dog. Breathe in here. And then bending the knees, stepping or jumping to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down and rolling up. Back bending here, thighs engaged, glutes engaged, back into our Tadasana. Okay, so from here we're going to take some balancing poses. We'll step towards the back of the mat. Okay, and from here we're going to step the right leg to the center of the mat. One big step. Take the left leg, float it up. Now, option is to keep the hands at the hip. Okay, as we come into a warrior 3 variation. Okay, well, it doesn't matter how high you bring this left leg. Okay, thigh is engaged on the standing leg. In fact, both thighs are engaged, both feet are engaged. Pressing down through the big toe of the right foot. Hands can be on the hips. Try and keep the hips square. From here, you can bring the hands to aeroplane hands, or you can even bring the hands in front of you if you wish. Okay, up to you. Holding it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back into our starting position. Same thing, left leg here. So, left leg comes forward. Again, even if, losing my balance here, even if you just bring your right leg up an inch, that's fine. You're still doing the balance on that left leg. Hands can be on the hips as you slowly float that right leg up, keeping the hips square as possible. Left thigh engaged, big toe pressing down on the left foot. Glutes engaged. Extend the arms if you wish, or aeroplane arms, or arms behind you, up to you. Keeping it there. And look, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then coming back into, into our position at the back of the mat. Okay, from here, feet hip width apart, parallel, roll down through the spine, creep the hands forward, come into your high plank, low plank, upward dog or cobra, and rolling back, downward facing dog. Breathe in here, inhale and exhale. Okay, from here we're going to take the right leg up towards the sky, step it between the hands. Okay, so here we are in our long lunge, very familiar position here. We're going to come to our Halfmoon Pose on the right side, the right hand. If you wish, you may want to use a book or a block. I think I've got a block here of sorts here. So you may want to put a block down to support you. You're going to draw the chest forward, launch off the back toes, bring the right hand down. Left hand is going to come either to the hip or come all the way up to the sky. Left leg is engaged, right leg is engaged, left hip is stacked over the right hip, floating up, half moon, maybe looking up towards the hand if your right hand is stable on the ground. Good. And then from there, release both hands to the ground, stand in splits. Doesn't really look like a splits to me, but you bring the forehead to the knee, left leg is raised, and then we step the left leg back. Okay, so option is going to be to come into downward dog or to do a vinyasa, 3-legged vinyasa, floating down, upward dog, rolling back, downward facing dog. Left leg draws up to the sky, step it between the hands. Okay, so again, bringing the block just to the outside of the left foot. Okay, then from here, we float the right leg up, bring the right hip over the left hip, activate the right foot, activate the left leg, press through the left big toe, open the chest. If that's stable for you, take the right hand up, look towards the right hand. Breathe, inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Holding it there. Good. Releasing the right hand. Stand in splits. chest towards the thigh, and then stepping back. Again, three-legged Chaturanga. Let's move this out of the way. High plank, low plank, upward dog or cobra, rolling back, downward facing dog. Breathe in here. Inhale and exhale. And then we're just gonna make our way into tabletop position and come to seated. Okay, so just gonna finish off with a couple of little stretches. So taking the right leg in towards the groin as much as it will go, and the left leg out in front. Okay, remove any fleshy bits. So I've got a couple of little injuries in the knee, so I'm not bringing my heel all the way to my groin. So you can rest it anywhere along the leg. Left thigh is engaged, left toes are engaged. Turn to look towards the shin. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold over. Try and, with each inhale, draw out of the hips. Exhale, fold. Inhale draws you out. Exhale, folds again. Inhale draws you out. Exhale, folds again. And hold it there. And then release. Taking the right leg over the left. Okay. Right hand is going to become a kickstand. Left thigh is engaged, left foot is flexed. Inhale the left arm up towards the sky. You can either hook it over the thigh, you can just hug onto the thigh as well. So if you're hooking it, maybe you're doing a high five symbol. Inhale lengthens the spine. Exhale, rotate at the waist. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, rotate at the chest. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, rotate at the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rotate the neck, the head. And release, unravel, take a counter pose, take your hands and your shin and your face towards the floor on the left side, and then release the right leg and bring the left leg in towards the groin. Okay, again, wherever is comfortable for you is totally cool. Okay, remove any fleshy bits from your bottom if it helps you with a bit of stability to sit on your bottom. Engage the right leg here. From here, inhale the arms up. Exhale, release. Okay, inhale, draw out of the hips. Exhale, fold. Inhale, drawing out. Exhale, fold. Okay. One more if you want. Inhale, drawing out. Exhale, fold. And then releasing, taking left leg over, okay, left hand becomes a kickstand. Inhale, reach up with the right hand. Exhale, twist and hook the elbow or just hug the leg, up to you. Keep that right thigh active, the right thigh engaged. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twist the waist. It's like you're wringing out a towel here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, twist. So you're gradually twisting from the waist, and then the chest, then the shoulders, then the neck, then the head, all the way around. And then you release. Taking the counter pose to the other side, taking the hands and forehead to the side, and then coming back, releasing out of that, okay? From here, just bring the knees up towards the chest, bring the chest on towards the thighs. Grab hold of the outside of the feet and just press the feet away from you, keeping the chest on the thighs. Okay, it doesn't matter how far you go. Most likely, maybe you might not get straight legs, maybe you get straight legs. Doesn't matter whether you do or not. We're not stretching the legs here, stretching the lower back. Release the head to the knees. Breathing, relaxing, enjoying. Good. And then releasing out of that. Coming on towards our back. Okay. Lengthen the legs, bring the right knee in towards the chest, just hug that knee in towards the chest. Okay. Take some ankle rotations here, so rotating the foot of the right foot round in one direction and then rotate it in the other direction. Okay, good. And then we're going to take the left hand to the right knee, draw the hand back towards the left side, and just taking a slight twist here as we allow both shoulders to stay on the ground. Now you will maybe outstretch the right hand, look towards the right hand. If you're limited with space, you can keep it bent. Now the right knee does not have to hit the ground, okay? We're just keeping it floated to keep both shoulders on the ground. Come back in, swap the legs over, straighten the right leg, bring the left knee in. Okay, again, take some rotations with the ankle of the left foot, okay? So rotate one way, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 times, rotate the other way a few times. Maybe you hear some clicking, like I do. Sounds very weird. Okay, and then we're going to take the right hand onto the left knee, keep both shoulders on the ground, again stretch out the left arm, and we take the knee over to the right side of the body. Releasing, relaxing. And coming back out, just pull the knee in. Just hug both knees in towards the chest. And then we're going to come into our Shavasana. So Shavasana, the corpse pose, regenerating pose. Feet come to the edges of the mat, toes flop open, arms by the side about 6 inches away from the hips. Long arms, long neck, and you may even want to pull your neck long a little bit, legs long, and we lie. Closing the eyes. Allowing the breath to soften, the gaze to do nothing. Nothing left to do. Slowly starting to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, rotating through the wrists, rotating through the ankles. Maybe if you've got space, taking your arms to the floor behind you over your head. Stretching, 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 stretching. Stretching the toes. Bringing the knees in towards the chest. Hugging yourself tightly. Telling yourself something nice about yourself, even if it's you're giving this online yoga a try. And then either roll into your left or your right, whichever one you choose. Maybe taking a moment here in the fetal position before coming up to seated, back on your mat. Taking your time to get here. Bringing your hands into prayer position in front of the heart center. Raising your prayer towards your third eye. Before we close this practice, maybe thinking back to the quality or the characteristic you wanted to cultivate at the beginning of class today. How did you live up to that? Did it work for you? Did it not? Does it matter? Bringing your prayer towards your third eye, your forehead, we ask that we have the wisdom to watch our thoughts. Lowering our prayer towards our mouth or our throat chakra, we ask that we have the restraint to watch our words, especially when dealing with other people, but also to be mindful of our own internal dialogue. Finally, lowering our hands towards our heart center, we ask that we've got the strength and courage to do whatever is right and necessary, even when it's not the most preferred or desired path. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. I wish you well on your journey of yoga, fitness, breathing, personal development, whatever it is. Namaste.